Okay, so welcome to the Google Machine Learning Translation API tutorial. So we're going to go over the introduction. The Google Machine Learning Translation API, what can it translate? It can translate websites, customer support tickets, product descriptions and documentation, translating subtitles and captions, translating social media posts and comments, etc. And I remember the part especially where it says translating websites. A lot of times people forget that in the mobile app you have the web view and you can pull anything from any type of data from the websites. The Google Machine Learning Translation API is built on top of Google's neural machine translation technology, which is one of the most advanced machine translation technologies available today. Neural machine translation uses artificial neural networks to learn the statistical relationships between words and phrases in different languages. This allows the API to generate translations that are more accurate and natural sounding than traditional rule-based machine translation systems. The Google Machine Learning Translation API is easy to use and can be integrated into a wide range of platforms and applications. It is also scalable so you can translate large volumes of text quickly and easily. One of the things you want to look out for on the translation, it does have some restrictions. Now, it says the Machine Learning Kit's on device translation API may not be used in any applications for any embedded devices such as cars, TVs, appliances, or speakers without Google's prior written permission. This service can only be integrated with applications for the following personal computing devices: smartphones, tablets, and laptops and desktop computers. So you absolutely cannot use the translation API on cars, TVs, appliances, or speakers without Google's prior written permission. And that is so very important. Now, the next thing is attribution. An app that uses the Machine Learning Kit on-device translation API must comply with the Google Cloud Translation API, and these are the attribution requirements. And I'll scroll down here. So if you're using it, now you can tell this was right here on this particular picture. They translated it, but you notice that translated by Google. So Google wants to make sure that you have this logo by the translation if we're going to be using it for the public. So they have their branding requirements. So that is very, very important. The Machine Learning Kit translation supports up to 50 different languages. And as you can tell on the left, it has AF African, and it has DA for Danish, DE for German. And that is so important. So when you program your app, it would be wise to also use the language identification API along with your translation. And the reason why is because we're using the low level API. We're not using the advanced one. So since we're using the low level one, it's going to be downloading that model, and it takes time to download the entire model. So if you can find out, if you can ask the question early on, to the end user which language they're going to be translating, and then give it time to download. Then by the time they do get to the translation page, that model has already been downloaded and it will work seamlessly. Now, I do want to tell you that Google also has Google Cloud Translation, and where you pay, it's a pay model, but it has more languages. And if you have big data that you need to translate or files, then you want to use the Google Cloud API. Now, I'm on the developers.google.com ML Kit language translation Android. I will have the link down in the description. And this was a little bit different. When I programmed this particular sample, it wanted me to upgrade to target level 34 instead of 33. So I went ahead and I did that. So I just wanted to let you know that I had to go to API level 34 for the target. And in here on the build.gradle, it has dependencies, implementation, com.google mlkit, translate 17.0.1. And if I go down here, for instance, I really liked how they did this. This is very easy to read. It has translator options equals new translator options dot builder, but you can tell the two models that they're going to be using. The source is they're going to be using is English, and the target will be German. And on the next one, again, it's very clear, very easy to read. It has download conditions, require Wi-Fi, .build. So you want to make sure in your manifest file that the internet is required. You get permission for that from your end user. And it says the English German translator download model if needed. So if they haven't downloaded it before, it will download. And that's the thing I was telling you, it takes time for it to download. So you want to earlier on in the app to find out what language that does the person want to translate. Now, if you already know this is going to be, I don't know, like an English, Spanish translation app, then you want to, early on in the app when it first starts, you want to make sure that the Spanish model gets downloaded early on in the app. And you can say, oh, waiting. Uh, just do that like during the splash screen when it comes and it says, wait, please wait. Your app is being downloaded or whatever. And that'll be a great time to do that. But however, if you do not know what language they're going to use, then it'd be very wise to have another page find out exactly what they're going to be translating and then do that. And also, so you want to check to make sure that yes, it is downloaded. And so then you'll be able to take your user to that particular page. So you want to check for that in code. And then this will tell you if this has been successful. And the next one is the translator options, translation.get client options, get cycle.add observer. And whenever I see the observer, I always think of a big eyeball that's looking at the live data to see if it's changed. So as a person types, it goes ahead and it executes in this particular sample that they have. And you'll see that as well. And they put it together, and here they put French model just to show you how easy it is. You can kind of see a theme: French model, translate language dot French, translate language dot German. It's that easy, which I really really love. It's very straightforward. But I do want to tell you that the sample was a little bit different. It was a little bit more involved, just because there's more steps, because you have to program the two text boxes for whatever language it's going to be, and then just the steps to make sure that the model is downloaded, and it also has a button to switch the languages. So they went ahead and programmed that for you as well. All right, well, this is part one, introduction, and I hope you want to look at the code with me on part two.